Math Plus, where math makes sense. In this video, we will learn how to add and subtract decimals. This is a practice video, so if you haven't watched the lesson on adding and subtracting decimals, click the link above, watch the lesson, and then come back and we'll do some practice. This is your turn to show what you know. We're going to do 2 addition problems and 2 subtraction problems. Don't forget about the hint with the snowman. Did you watch the lesson video? If you watched it, you'll know what the snowman is reminding us to do. We're going to add 12 and 3/100 plus 2 and 7/10. Go ahead and add that, turn off the video, and then come back. The first thing that you want to do is make sure you place these in the grid. This is to help you keep everything in order. Once you practice this a lot, you'll be doing it naturally, but it's a great idea to have some graph paper available or a notebook that you can turn sideways so all the place values are lined up. I'm going to write the first number on the top line, and I'm going to make sure I put my decimals in before I add the second number. That's a little hint. It might help you remember what the buttons on the snowman are for. And then we're going to add 2 and 7/10. I'm going to put a placeholder there just so I remember everything's lined up. And I like to put my plus sign if you need to circle it so you remember that you're adding. Sometimes many errors occur because we accidentally forget what we're doing. We start in the ones place just like you do when you're adding whole numbers. 3 plus 0 is 3. 7 plus 0 is 7, 2 plus 2 is 4, and carry down your 1, and your answer is 14 and 73/100. 8 and 21/100 minus 6 and 3/10. Turn off the video, solve it, and then come back. I'm going to place my 8 and 21/100 in the top. And then I'm going to subtract 6 and 3/10. And I'm going to add a 0 there as a placeholder. Go to the right. Always start from the right. Work your way to the left. 1 minus 0 is 1. 2 take away 3. I can't do that, so I'm going to have to borrow. And now we have 12 minus 3 is 9. Oops, I forgot to put my decimal point there. See that? I might have made a mistake. And then 7 minus 6 is 1. Your answer is 1 and 91/100. We have more numbers this time. 76 and 31/100 plus 5 and 4/10. Now, when you start getting big numbers, especially when you're adding, there's nothing wrong with putting the biggest number there first to make sure the place value works out. When you're subtracting, you don't have that freedom. But let's go ahead. We notice it's the hundredths place, so we're going to go ahead and put our decimals in line, and 76 and 31/100 plus 5 and 4/10. I'm going to put a placeholder. And now let's subtract. 1 take away 0 is 1. You cannot subtract 3 take away 4, so we're going to borrow and make this a 13. And the answer is 13 take away 4 is 9. 5 take away 5 is 0, and 7. We have 70 and 91/100. Here's our last one, 43 minus 13 and 32/100. Now there's no decimal point on that first whole number, but I want to see how well you understand this. Where would you put that decimal at when you're subtracting? Turn off the video, figure it out, and come back. I'm going to be really proud of you if you can do this because we've been working with decimals, right? We know that we have 2 decimal places, so we're going to come in 2, right? We have a problem. I'm going to put 43 over here because it's not a decimal, right? It's not really a problem, but it might have been. And then I'm going to put 13 and 32/100. This is where placeholders are very, very important. Make sure they all line up. Every place has a number in it. so that you'll be sure to do this correctly. Now, you really need to be really good at borrowing. If you're not, you might want to go back and review that and do some practice, okay? Because borrowing from whole numbers is the same as, we're just adding decimals. It's the same process. But we have to go all the way over here to the ones place and turn that into a 2. This number becomes a 10, but I still need to borrow over here. So now I'm going to cross it off again and send it over here. Okay? 10 take away 2 is 8. 9 take away 3 is 6. We have to borrow again. I cannot take 3 from 2, so I'm going to borrow from the 4, and that number becomes a 12. 12 minus 3 is 9, and 3 minus 1 is 2, and our answer is 29 and 68 hundredths. There is a practice worksheet for you under the description so you can practice. There's also a workbook there. It's called Place Value, but it also has a lot of different things in that workbook that have to do with decimals. So you might want to check that out as well. The link will take you right to Amazon, and you can find other workbooks. But if this is something you're struggling with, especially borrowing, make sure you practice. Make sure you become an expert. And then the more you do math, the higher you go in your grade level. It'll get easier if you have the foundational skills.